Welcome to a brand new series. This one is called Happiness, but we're going to do something silly. Hold on, I'll write it backwards. Happiness. So, is silly, right? Hey, good morning. I'm not sure what this one's supposed to be out, so let's take a second and just kind of get here and get centered. I did hear on the last broadcast, you already know that was going to be the last one. This one I think is, okay, hold on. What are we doing here? We're going to have a good time. Oh, that's great. So actually my dream, talk to it? Yes. No, I'm not going to talk to it. But this would be a component of it. So come in, whether you're live or you're on YouTube, come in, sit down. I want you to imagine taking whatever weight you have on your shoulders off temporarily for the next however many minutes that we're here, and you can put it in kind of like a little saddle bag. So you can bring it with you, honey, but we're just going to take it off your shoulders. And so what might be on your shoulders is a meta level of something being on your shoulders, meaning like it's on your shoulders, that things are on your shoulders. But right now we're going to take it all off. I want you to take a few deep breaths. Make your belly move. Maybe make some of this. Just do a little bit of this. Shake around a little. So what we're doing in those movements is looking cool, but also bringing your mind to your body where we are, where it is. So this teaching would align with what, the Abraham Hicks material, and kind of like that angle of like get in a good state, and from there you can move. And a good state is basically one where you feel good. And with life, you don't want to push down how you truly feel. Let's say it seems prudent to allow your experience to be your experience, which means if you're feeling some type of way, feel some type of way, open to it. Imagine kind of like a lotus flower. Here are all your feelings, look at them, or like a blooming onion. Pick your fancy. These are your feelings, like allow them. Then you rise above them in a way that your mind doesn't get tangled down in your feels. Your mind can get tangled in your feels if you're trying to understand them, if you think that they're wrong. Your feelings provide a lot of information, and some of it is information you can use, and some of it's just weather. I found that it seems like if you open the doors to your being and allow the emotion to flow through you, then it doesn't cause problems later, or at least not. Let's see what's true there. It doesn't, let's see. I started to say and I was like, okay, well, that doesn't feel the whole way true. Hold up. If you allow your feelings now, then you have more space to be present, because you're not wiggling around trying to avoid them. So imagine that you're wearing something that you feel a little uncomfortable in. Maybe you're afraid something's showing or not looking right, or let's say even that you have something personally that you're ashamed of. Maybe it's a fact that you know, or a habit that you do in the dark. Like you're likely consistently kind of doing weird stuff like this, trying to get comfortable so people don't see you though. Like you don't want to be seen, you're self-conscious. Well, when you're fidgeting like that, there's less of you available to hear. Here is where it is. Everywhere you're trying to go is here. It's here. It's here. Again, this doesn't mean that there isn't a state of improved circumstances. It doesn't mean that there aren't things to do. It just means that you recognize the map of your head, the maze of your head is trying to take you to feeling good. That's where the maze goes, and it's right here. But if it was right here, though, and from here you act, and from here you think, and you allow yourself, you believe that it's possible, that you can feel good. That was such a huge, no, don't talk about it. Okay. Spirit doesn't want me to go that direction, so we won't. Good morning. Good morning. What else do we want to say about this topic? I guess this series is, let's see, what does it want me to say? It doesn't want, okay, I'm going to teach you different, I guess, like, I'm going to teach and transmit the possibility to be deeper in your personal experience. And that means that you're here to receive and respond to information, and information is life. Oh, hey, so glad you're there. So this is a new series. This one is called Happiness is Happiness, because it is. We right here because it is. Yay. Yay, you're there. Good morning. Exclamation point. Okay, and so if you haven't had a practice of being present, likely it's not going to be that comfortable. It's possible at times you'll encounter feelings you were trying to run from. That's okay. Remember, allow your feelings. They'll like open, they'd fall. But keep your mind above them, meaning you don't dig around in your feelings. When you're in your feelings, you don't think. You press pause on your mind. You allow yourself to feel. Once you've come back to a place that you feel stable and centered, could think of it like, separate yourself from yourself a little bit, like put you into pieces. And one piece is the piece that's in charge. If it wasn't you and it was like your business or something outside of you, you would want that part to wait till it was clear thinking before it started running around making decisions and doing things, right? Outside, like when you see it outside of yourself, you're like, oh, of course I wouldn't give my problem to this person who's overwhelmed and underwater to solve or think about. They can't. You know, and similarly within yourself, like allow your feelings. And I was saying like when you first get in there might be things for you to allow. That's okay. There seems to be kind of like an intelligence to the body to process what's there, which means like a wave will come, a wave that'll make you feel maybe like you're being swept to sea, but it'll take you and it'll bring you right back. So you just got to maintain kind of like your nose, your focus, your north, and allow the motion of the ocean and then come back to center. Motion of the ocean, because a lot of the internal running we do is being afraid of motion that might happen later, especially if you've had a lot of motion. Like a lot of clients that I help untwirl, and I had to untwirl myself this way, is like you felt bad, you felt out of control, and then you feel bad and you feel out of control about that, which amplifies kind of like you're scared of being scared. You're fearful of the fearful spiral. That's a tough loop to break, bro. That's a tough loop to break. But one way to do it is to stop feeding the anticipation. So another way to think about managing kind of like the different like momentum streams within you, because we have momentum. Like if you can have momentum toward thinking people are trying to fuck you over. You can have momentum toward thinking that you're doing a good job. You can have momentum toward, all these different momentum threads. And sometimes like they go different directions. Ideally we're lined up. Yes, that feels true. Yes, that feels true. Although there's value to not being lined up, I imagine. Exploratory value, discovery, deepening value. In any case, like you might have momentum threads. Like one of your momentums would be like being afraid that you're going to overthink, or being afraid that you'll feel bad. Imagine that you have like this watering can. I wish I had more paper. So you're going to have to use more of your imagination. I guess I could put a little phone over here. Imagine you have a watering can. And with your watering can, you get to choose which momentum streams you want to add life to. So it's kind of like, imagine, the momentum streams are actually like little tracks of water. Like the more water you pour there, the more, it becomes a thing, and the faster that it goes. So you have your little, aren't you glad I took the time to draw that? Now everybody knows exactly what I mean. So you have your little water pitcher. You want to use your attention. This is the same as your focus, your awareness, your energy. You want to water things that you want more of. Give life to things that you want more of. And that means that rather than think to the things that you don't want, rather than giving life to those, allow yourself to focus on something else. Sometimes if you have, and I said this in the, it's like not to go that direction. I do have 2 other series. It is a high-tech diagram. Nice to see you, Kevin. I have 2 series. I have a jillion. No, not a jillion. 8 to 12 series on YouTube at this point. And one that's running right now is Don't Give Up. And that one is for people who've had more extreme circumstances. So if you're like in the PTSD bucket, or things get really dark and heavy for you, like that's the broadcast for you. You already know is more around, like there's some healing there, but it's a little bit more generalized, not as intensive. And so what I was just about to do was to run off on a track that kind of spoke to if you have like the PTSD, like big stuff, big feels experience. But if that's you, go to that series instead of, I'm not going to talk about it now. Because Spirit said nah. All right, what else? That's it for today. So this series, happiness is to remind you that it's right here. And not only that, but there's so much more that you can do from this place, and that it's okay that you're there. It's also okay that you're not there. Everybody's at a different set point. Your happiness might look different than somebody else's. Happiness also includes not worrying about what anybody else's looks like. Like, this is where you are. If you didn't know what it was supposed to look like, would you like it? So much of our misery is because we think things should have gone different or be different currently. If you didn't think that, would you be miserable? Like, take a check around your circumstances. Like, if you didn't think they were supposed to be different, wouldn't it be kind of cool? Wouldn't it be kind of cool to be where you were? Amen. Anything else? Ding them. No. Anything else? Yes. No. Yes. What else? Be grateful. Let's take a moment. We'll be grateful together. Pick something nearby that you can be grateful for. I want you to imagine love coming out of your body and kind of like moving toward it. Thank you. And now I want you to relax in your spine and imagine that you don't have to worry about if you always have that thing or you'll never have that thing or anything. Like, take all of your thought away from kind of like the main, just let it be pure love. So if it comes, if it comes, let it. If it stays, let it. If it goes, let it. Like, there's a bigger, broader initiative in play if it goes other than you think. Okay, breathe. See if you can breathe even deeper into your lungs. And remember, we took off, if you're coming late, you don't remember, but if we're here in the beginning, you're watching the playback, we took off things on our shoulder earlier that you don't need to carry anymore. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you coming out too. Okay, now we're going to shake a little bit more. And while, we're doing this is energy work. Like, Spirit wants me to get crazy out here, and so that's what we're going to do. And that means that I don't care if I explain everything to everybody. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. Anything else? Anything else? No, that's it. Okay, so if you're watching on YouTube, these are filmed live on Instagram. there's a link in the description to my Instagram channel. If you are watching on Instagram, please subscribe on YouTube at Shaylee Edwards. There's also a link in my bio. I work with clients one-to-one. I love the work. It's the most fun thing in the world to me. I work with people in different formats. We can do a single session, or we could do, I call entourage, where it's basically like, oh, I miss you, girl. With entourage, I'm just wrapping up today. We did, it's a new series, and it's called Happiness is, because it is where it at. This is where it is. In entourage, I'll do like strategic leadership of the work, and Shaylee, I act as a conduit or a vessel for higher divine guidance, which is such a blessing and just so much fun for me. I'm really grateful to steward these gifts and to share them with people who are ready for them and want them. And there's more about that on my website, hobbybook.com. I also am, that's it for today. Woo! Can I say that? Yes. Okay. Also, I am trying to get popping on TikTok. So if you want to follow me on TikTok, I should add that to my link in the bio. It's probably at Shaylee Edwards or something. But if you're watching and you need to know it, I will tell you. Just ask me. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, Canada. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.